You know what most men get wrong? They think women fall in love through logic, through flowers, through compliments, through effort. But here's the truth. A woman doesn't fall for what you say. She falls for how she feels when she's around you, without even realizing it's happening. It's not about the gifts, the dates, or even the timing. It's about the emotional experience she associates with you. Not at once, but slowly, quietly, subconsciously. So today, I'm not going to give you a list of tricks. I'm going to show you the real psychological triggers, the kind of presence, energy, and emotional control that make a woman attached to you deeply, without her ever being able to explain why. Let's break it down. Point 1. She falls for how you handle her silence. Here's something most men miss. When she's quiet, when she's off, when she seems distant, she's watching how you respond. Do you get anxious and start over-talking? Do you pressure her to explain? Or do you stay calm and steady? See, a woman falls for the man who doesn't panic when she pulls back, because your stillness in her silence tells her, I'm not here to control you, I'm here to hold space for you. That right there, it makes her trust you without even trying. Point 2. She falls for the man who doesn't flinch under pressure. Most guys crumble when emotions enter the room. They try to fix everything, defend themselves, or escape. But the man who stays grounded when she's emotional, that's the man she starts falling for. You don't try to solve her. You don't interrupt. You listen. You breathe. You hold steady, because she doesn't need a fixer. She needs to feel emotionally safe around you. And the moment she realizes that nothing she says scares you, that's the moment she starts attaching. Point 3. She falls for the man who protects his energy. Every woman is drawn to a man who values his peace. When you don't react to every message, when you don't beg for her time, when you don't explain yourself just to stay liked, she feels your self-respect. And that energy, it hits different. Women fall in love with men who have emotional boundaries, because those boundaries say, my energy is sacred and I choose carefully who gets it. That's not arrogance. That's leadership. Point 4. She falls for the way you make her feel in her flaws. Let's get real. She's not looking for a man who only loves her on her good days. She's testing to see how you respond when she's moody, when she's unsure, when she's a little messy. When you don't judge her for her imperfections, when you don't shame her for not being her best self, you give her the space to be real. And women don't fall for men who make them feel perfect. They fall for the ones who make them feel safe to be imperfect. Point 5. She falls when you lead without controlling. There's a subtle power in quiet leadership. You don't need to dominate her. You don't need to bark orders or always take charge. You simply guide. You make decisions without hesitation. You plan things with intention. You move with direction. And here's what happens. She starts relaxing around you. She starts letting go of control. Not because you took it from her, but because your calm confidence makes her feel like she can trust where you're going. And that trust, that's the beginning of emotional attachment. Point 6. She falls for the way you don't force connection. Most men try too hard to be deep. They overshare, they push intense topics, they try to fast forward intimacy. But the man who lets connection unfold naturally, that's who she remembers. You let her open up when she's ready. You don't fill every silence with questions. You don't demand vulnerability. And when she finally opens up, you listen, not to respond, but to understand. That patience, that respect, that's how real bonds are built. Point 7. She falls for the life you're building without her. Here's the irony. The less you need her to feel whole, the more she starts feeling drawn to your world. When your life has rhythm, purpose, direction, she starts wondering how she can be part of it. You don't talk about your goals. You live them. You're not waiting for her to choose you. You've already chosen yourself. That's what pulls her in, because women fall in love with men who are already moving. She doesn't want to be your reason to grow. She wants to witness your growth and join the ride. Point 8. She falls for the way you stay unavailable, emotionally controlled. Let me be clear. Emotionally unavailable doesn't mean cold. It means composed. You're not easily rattled. You're not desperate for reassurance. You're not overreacting to every shift in her mood. She sees that, and it makes her feel something rare, emotional gravity. You don't chase, you don't cling, you attract by being immovable. And when a woman senses that her chaos doesn't shake you, that's when her curiosity becomes desire, and her desire becomes attachment. So if you really want to understand how women fall in love, stop thinking about what to say. Start focusing on who you are when she's around, because it's not the words, it's not the actions, it's the energy behind them. Be the man who makes her feel seen in silence, safe in chaos, and drawn to your life without needing to be the center of it. If this hit home, comment emotional gravity below. Let me know who's watching till the end. And remember, you don't chase real love. You become the man who makes it impossible to ignore.